Hi and welcome to the CD&R Railroad. I'm going to do a little video here of my grain bin scene. You might have been seeing several photos of that I've had posted, and the progression of it. It's almost done. I still got to do a little work on the utility pole yet, but I had some people asking some questions about some of this stuff, so I thought I would explain it. This is a Rick's grain bin, and it was empty when a wind came through and caved it in. How I done that was a heat gun and a small butane torch. You want to make sure the bin's put together and has dried for a day or two, and gently heat that and push in on it at the same time, taking your time and looking at real photos gives you a better idea on what to do. All of these bins are Rick's. So are those. That one there's the big Walthers bin and the Walthers surge bin, which I didn't make as many rings. I left some of it out. I call them holding bins. But the augers I made from styrene. This is a real modeled replica of a Lowry holding bin. And this is the Walthers grain dryer that I just added a lot of detail parts to. I've had people ask how I've made these pads that my grain bins set on. Well, it's made from the Walthers or Woodland Scenics. Woodland Scenics Subterrane Smooth It. And I have a form that I make. I mix that up and I pour it into it, and you hope they don't do this. But you can always use this for a bin that has been there, torn down. You can wet weather it and do some stuff, and it looks like where a bin used to be. A lot of my grasses and stuff is real weeds. This is millet. You see it growing along the roads or stuff. And this is another one I found, and I just cut stuff off of it, and I use that as some of my detail parts. The wagon here I actually made. It's a one-of-a-kind. You won't find these anywhere else but right here on my railroad on this style. This is based on a Kill Brothers 110 bushel wagon made back in probably the early 60s. My grandfather bought the first 2 wagons in this area, and he took them to the elevator, and several people kind of made fun of him about them, and in the next year or two several farmers had them. We still have one of them, so this is what I modeled it off of, is what one of these really look like. So tires are a little big. I'm having trouble finding the correct size tires. I need 9 and 10 millimeter tires. I just can't find them. The grain in the truck here is finely sifted sawdust that is then dyed to the color that you need. These are real rocks. Here's another shot of the Rick's bins, and I made the trough conveyor that goes on the top. This is the Walthers bin, and I did a lot more detail work to it. You put the vertical stiffeners on, and then there's the horizontal rings go around 3 to 5, 6, depending on the size of bin. Several people have said, well, the rings should go on the bottom. Well, no, the rings go on the top to keep the top from separating and dropping the roof in. These panels are always thicker on the bottom, thicker steel, and they get thinner as they work up in real life. So this is just a little bit of what I've done here. It's about not quite 2 foot long by about 20 inches wide. And I also made the augers, all of the augers, 120 foot by 13 inch, 31 foot by 10 inch, 61 foot by 8 inch scaled. And again, this is all 1/87th. There is no 1/64 scale tractors here. They're all 1/87th farm machinery. Wyking is where those came from. What is it? The GHQ is where the M and the New Idea spreader came from. And so anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Hope it explained a little more. Thanks for watching, and I'll be posting more later on.